What's my promise? My promise to you is during this training, I will make you a believer. Will prove to you that you can book meetings with your connections every single week free on LinkedIn. It's mission impossible, but it's going to happen after the training. Scale your business. You can grow your business on LinkedIn free without paid campaigns, without likes to your posts, without spamming. This is the system I'm going to teach you tonight. How to scale your business without all the requirements of paying for campaigns, which can be very expensive. So this is what I promise to do in this training. Stick with me, because this is what you can expect. We're going to start with 2 minutes of the training subjects, what we're going to learn today. Then 2 minutes of short introduction about myself and how I got to LinkedIn marketing. 5 minutes, I have a special surprise for you. Meet the founder who made it. We're going to meet Achiad. Achiad is the founder of Validize, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about LinkedIn marketing. Then we're going to get to the main training, 3 best practices to LinkedIn strategy for 2021. This is the main event. We're going to start it very soon, so stick around. Then 5 minutes, how you can work with me. A lot of you already asked me. I told them, yeah, join me in the training, and I promise you'll know. Why should you listen to me for an hour? Why? So you're going to get the 3 main reasons for not getting sales calls, and how you can not only get the sales calls, but meet with enthusiastic prospects. And lastly is cracking the 2021 LinkedIn code. I'll show you one single strategy that I use daily on LinkedIn that has booked me and my clients 4 meetings a day. You are all here using the strategy, and this strategy is going to help you book clients, but not only book clients, increase traffic to your landing page or traffic to your events. You are the proof it works. Who will benefit most from this training? B2B startup founders that want to get high signups for the platform. B2B sales and marketing managers that are using LinkedIn to drive growth. B2B business that try to book sales in the past with no success. And business owners that want to book sales calls every week for free. So international MBA LinkedIn sales expert. I have 10 years of experience. And I started actually my entrepreneurship business when I was only 27, and I was connecting celebrities and companies to launch the product using media. Okay, and it was featured in the leading media channel in Israel. I'm from Israel, if any of you missed that. And I was a PR for a lot of companies for many years. And then I went to San Francisco to get training, LinkedIn training, marketing training in the US, and also gain experience in the US market. Here, this is a picture of me in LinkedIn headquarters before the Corona. And now I'm back. So I'm training businesses worldwide to book sales call every single week with targeted and qualified prospects. Why do most B2B business fail? One option is you've been sending automated messages and got between 0.001 to 1% to a meeting. The other option is are you using paid campaigns and paying for more than $100 for a meeting? What I'm going to show you is how to book meetings on LinkedIn. That's why I'm comparing the LinkedIn campaigns to my method. Because it can cost you $100 if you tried it, you know. And the third one, if you've been sharing content frequently, got views and engagement, but not conversions. But a lot of people do get likes to their content and don't get clients. So what is worse? I don't know. You don't want to be a LinkedIn celebrity. You don't want to be an influencer if you want to get clients. You just want to grow your business. So this is the focus. You don't need any likes. Okay, why is this different? I don't know how many training have you been. Maybe you've been in other LinkedIn training or marketing training and everyone promised you that you're going to book meetings. But this method was not only proven with my account, but for accounts in variety for B2B business, including software, banking, service provider, and also cybersecurity. For all the years that I've been doing marketing on LinkedIn, I thought to myself, I started with automation, Okay, and got, like we saw before, 0.01% to 1% conversion rate. So the benefit was saving time, but the downside was the low conversion rate. And I got to thinking, what should I do? How can I get more meetings in less time? So the other maybe suggestion or advice you see out there is personal messaging, which is time consuming if you just change the message each time. What if the prospect is not even on LinkedIn? Time equals money. So both of the methods are not really working if you think about it. When I will try to mitigate this problem, I understood something. But what I understood is very drastic. The way to the top requires our unorthodox measures. I'm going to share with you some methods that some of you will be, will say there it's not for them, because what I'm sharing with you is something that is so valuable, and it's going to create your profile into such an asset for leads that it's only going to happen if you make some drastic changes. And it's okay if it's not for you. If you are going to continue this training right now, you're going to make some drastic changes so you can get those results. Talk about the secret. This is the secret sauce that a lot of you know, but maybe you don't use. And it's LinkedIn notifications. LinkedIn is the only platform that provides you with such information about your prospects that you can use for your advantage. Unlike any other platform, you can directly send a message and see what your prospects are doing. Achiad got amazing results with Validize. He scaled his business by getting tangible results that he can actually tell us about. He's going to tell us about here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. So can you tell me, please, a little bit about Validize and who are your clients in a sentence?
Validize connects between business partners around the world and connects them to the Israeli cyber ecosystem. We had a couple of goals on LinkedIn before starting, and until you approach us, we have done a couple of outreach, mainly on the automation side. What got us not such an amazing result. Mm-hmm. And we have started, as I mentioned, with the automation, and it was not good enough. And then we decided, after a lot of thinking, to join Danny's course. I have to say that the result was amazing. I was a bit skeptic in the beginning, but I have to say that in the end, before even finishing the course, even by just changing the profile, and afterwards directing our friend request, got us to a really interesting percentage of acceptance. I think that you showed the percentage before. It was between 45 and 48 acceptance rate. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but I think that before even doing anything, we got a really interest from the industry by only approaching the relevant contacts, relevant industries, and by changing our profile accordingly.
Optimize your profile. So, okay, I know you're very busy. I want to thank you for your time. I want to continue in the webinar, and I appreciate everything. And thank you, Achiad, for sharing this with us. 3 steps to LinkedIn strategy that most of you are already implementing, and most of people know the general direction of the 3 steps. Step number 1 is the profile, optimizing the profile. Like Achiad said, we all know we need to have a nice profile. Step number 2 is automate. Maybe some of you are using automation tools and connect with your target audience at scale. That is the second step. And the step number 3 is being active and taking action, sharing content and outreach. And most of you know it, but it doesn't work. First of all, most of us are getting 5,000 messages, marketing messages a day. That's why when you reach out to someone, the first instinct is to repel your message. So it's going to be, by default, is not going to listen to you. Problem number 2 is spamming. Spamming meaning you probably get a lot of spam in your inbox, right? I wanted to connect because we work in the same industry. This is spamming. You get, it's automated. It's not personal, and probably it's going to be someone that wants to sell something, sell you something. Please like my post about, okay, me. They want you to do something for them and you don't really know them. Another problem, I don't know if you know how many competition you have, but on LinkedIn you have 740 million members. And they're actually your competitors, because it doesn't matter if you're in the same industry, like some of the connection requests. It matters that they also want to connect to your target audience. So the competition is for attention. And the last problem we're going to deal with today is the LinkedIn algorithm always chasing the likes, always chasing the views. And we share content, we invest time, and nothing happens because they don't see your post. We're going to solve all those problems today. So we're going to start with the first step is not working with your company page to get clients, but working with your profile page, which is much more active. This is the difference between the two. Of course, you can still have company pages. It's not, it's a must-have actually, because you want to present yourself. You want to be very, you want to build a brand, and it's good for building a brand. But a profile page, you can actually create a real-time results. Why? Because when you share content, it reaches 10% of your connections on profile page. And when you share content on the company page, it reaches 3% from the followers. And it's very hard to gain followers unless you're a big company, unless you have a lot of employees. In the profile page, you can grow your connection. You can initiate a friend request. So it's not passive. You can grow your connection by sending a friend request. And on company page, there is a slow passive growth, or you can use paid campaigns, which is $100 per click. Reach your connection with a message. You can actually send them a message in one click. As opposed to company page, you have to, you can start an email campaign, which is sponsored and very expensive. And people don't like to be pitched. When it says sponsored, it screams that you're pitching them. Create a thought leader. Yeah, if you post on LinkedIn consistently, then you're going to be the expert on the matter. As opposed to the company page, which is good for building a brand, but not for the individual salesperson, which we are in because it's B2B. So it's people to people. And if you want to create long-term goals, this is for the company page. And again, it's a must-have. But for getting likes, for getting clients, for booking calls, it's using the profile page. Okay, you can get short, medium, long-term goals. So the mistake most people make is thinking their profile doesn't matter. And that's why you should stick around until the end, get the link to the profile checklist, because a good profile can convert. 2,359 people visited my profile in 3 months, and they are very targeted people because I reach out to them, they're my connection, most of them, not all of them. And if you optimize your profile, then your LinkedIn profile can become a landing page and you can save yourself the campaign. And if you want to optimize it for clients, then use the checklist that you're going to get at the end. Now, how to create your profile as a landing page? Build your profile as a funnel. Make your profile viewers want to continue the discussion with you. Use a clear, unique selling proposition. It's very important that you identify how you are different from your competitors and you present it throughout your profile. Call to action included in the cover picture. Every optimized profile needs a cover picture that is relevant and emotional, maybe present people to create more emotion. And then call to action, what you want them to do, to watch your featured section, to watch your website, and talk about the client not you. A lot of people start the summary section with, I help business, or I have a lot of experience in the industry. And it's not going to make your client stay. Try talking about the value that the client will have if they will work with. And number 4, repeat your unique selling proposition, because people spend between 3 to 8 seconds in your profile. If they're not going to see your value, they're going to leave your profile immediately. And we're going to see a few examples. I change my profile very frequently because I think when you have different campaigns, you have different goals, you want to change your profile. We talk about the profile as a landing page. So you can see call to action, link in the featured section, it's small. And you can see the value proposition, the book meetings with your LinkedIn connection. That's also the training. What's the training about? And you can see it also in the title. And also an example from my client. Immediately, I know what he does. Sell your medical property quickly to reinvest in what matters to you. His target audience are physicians that have medical properties. So you see there in the cover picture, immediately you know it's about them, and you also see what he does. So Inon is the co-founder of Achiad that we saw in the beginning, and Inon also access to validate cybersecurity solution and sign up free. So you can see that he has a very clear value proposition. Step number 2, automate and connect with your target audience at scale. The solution is be very selective. If your connections are not your target audience, how are you going to get meetings? Let's see why. LinkedIn post, we already talked about profile, has 10% reach, which is very higher, much higher than any other platform. Let's say you have 1,000 connections, okay? And only 10% prospects. That means only 10% relevant people viewed your post, which is 1%. It's very low numbers. Why? Because according to Google, your target audience need to see you at least 8 times before they are ready to purchase. We need to be seen 8 times, right? And if we only have 10 relevant people, it's not gonna make any impact. How do you know if your target audience are not relevant? If you're sharing content to the wrong people, you just check who is viewing your post. If you open your post and who viewing your post are companies that are relevant, then that's great. But if, let's say, Playtika is not relevant, it's just really waste of post reach. So what am I going to do? I'm going to remove the people from Playtika. Why? Because I want relevant people. Another mistake is not reaching out to your target audience that are active. You can get on Sales Navigator, there's a tab that tells you who posts on LinkedIn, and it's very effective because you can reach out and say, hey, you can use their post to actually engage and open a conversation. I recommend whoever uses campaigns and outbound from LinkedIn to purchase Sales Navigator and not Premium. Don't purchase both, just Sales Navigator. It's about $80 a month. So what do you do if you have only 10% of connections that are relevant? The drastic approach for the drastic results, meaning that you want to remove or accept only targeted connections. The ideal is that you have more than 50% target connection. If you have more than that, that's amazing. Then you get faster result. The solution that I use for my clients and me is remove irrelevant connections. The second thing you need to do to solve this is you can connect on scale with your target audience with a robot. But you have 3 third-party tools that can connect and send friend requests to 100 people a day from 2nd degree and 3rd degree. Most of you, I imagine, already know it. If you don't, I want to make sure that everyone understands that it's not a LinkedIn tool, it's a third-party tool, and using it at your own risk. I use it, my client use it, but not everyone wants to risk their account. And if you are, this training will show you how to use it in the right way, so you wouldn't get blocked and you get attention from your target audience. So if you use that robot and you connect with your target audience at scale, now you can share content. Messages campaign. I'm sure you all are very curious to know what I have to say about messaging. How to get it right. in 2021, reaching out based on behavior and not titles. And I'm telling you right now, if you didn't listen to anything in this training, now is the time. This is the most important part at the presentation. We message people when we don't get replies. Why is that? Why is that? We have two main reasons. The first reason is bad communication. Just we talked about trying to sell. You don't try to sell at the first message. You don't talk about yourself, okay? Hi, my name is Danit. I book sales calls every week from LinkedIn. I'm not going to do that because I have a profile, and the LinkedIn real estate in the inbox is very important. Keep it short and not talk about yourself. Okay, talk about them, talk about the product. What are the benefits versus what are the products? Those are two different things. And being generic, annoying, and spammy, we are part of the same industry. We know the same people. It's generic, and you can't use it anymore. Spray and pray. This is the automation part. If you just send automated messages, it's gonna create bad reputation. So even if you do that, so don't just pray and pray. It's gonna work. The second problem is called outreach. Your connections don't know you yet. If you're connected to them, it doesn't mean that it makes the outreach warm. It's still called outreach, but there is a way to change that. Okay? You remember that when I came up with the system, I thought to myself, if the automation is not the way to go, but it's very fast, and the personal message is not the way to go because it's time consuming, how could I change it? How can I make 1% to 70%? And the answer was the hybrid approach. And so you're going to get from 1% to 70%. This is the secret sauce that I've been talking at the beginning. Not cold, not inbound, hybrid. So let's say you are an SDR or a salesperson or a business owner. You take a list of relevant people and message them. Okay, I help entrepreneurs increase their profit. Do you want to meet me? Okay, this is actually the cold approach. What's inbound? Inbound is sharing the content and hoping someone will see the content and say, okay, oh my God, the post is amazing, let's meet. So both of them are not working. So what I'm suggesting you to do is the combination. Why talk to cold prospects when you have a lot of warm prospects waiting to hear from you? Before messaging needs to happen some things, so your prospect is going to say yes to a meeting. Okay, there's 3 stages. They need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. And before you message them, they're here. If they're just connections, they are before they are not entered the funnel yet. It's good that there are connections because you can move them down the funnel. We talked about profile as a landing page. This is the first stage of the funnel. The profile as a landing page is going to convert them for being irrelevant cold prospect into knowing you. If you share content, if you're active, you're going to get notification about profile views, about likes, about stories views, about poll, people that voted your poll, about viewers. Okay, you're going to be active, you're going to get notification. And all of us, if you get connected to the right people, we get profile views at least, but we have a lot more. Now, if they do that, and you reach out at the time of the action that they did with your profile, that means that they know you, they like you and trust you. Now is the time that you reach out. Now is the time that if you reach out, your percentage rate rises from 1% to not 70% yet, because it matters what you're saying to them. Okay, but it will increase from 1% to double digit. Now, because instead of them being cold, they're not cold because they viewed your profile, they know what you're about, your profile is converting. Now you reach out not a week after they viewed your profile, not a week after they liked your post. You reach out the day after, the day of the day after. Okay, I'm not going to leave you hanging just with the system. Now you know when to reach out, because the problem is the timing. A lot of time you can reach people that not in the right timing, but then you reach people not with the right message. So now we learn about the timing. How you're going to read them, you're going to scale with the hybrid method with messages. You scale with a template and personalize according to notification. And we're going to see examples. Hi, Danit, I Efrat, hi, Shlomo, I've noticed you viewed my profile, liked my post, viewed my post. We're going to give them a reason for reaching out. You understand why it's not a cold outreach? Because they raised their hand. If they came to you before they raised their hand, and now if it's in a timely manner, they're going to know it, they're going to remember that. If they like your post, of course, remind them what's the post about. It's a hybrid between them reaching out to you and you reaching out without any reason. Now you have a reason. You get them to respond by having a qualifier. You don't want anyone to say yes, maybe now, maybe if you don't have any prospects at the moment. But when you get a lot of meetings, you see that not everyone is relevant and you don't want to meet with everyone. So this is, for example, qualifier for Achiad, which we've saw earlier. Would you be interested in access to Validate Israeli Cyber Solution with the ability to immediately engage with them? This is his value proposition. We talked about the value proposition in the beginning, and the qualifier is actually checking if they need you. For example, I would ask if you would book sales calls every week from LinkedIn, would you have an hour to spend on LinkedIn? Because if you don't have an hour a day every week that you spend on LinkedIn, it's not the right tool for you. So I want for both of us to get the most out of the meeting. What to say and how. Keep it in the LinkedIn box. No scrolling. If it's longer than people need to scroll, it's going to lower the amount of people that is going to read it. Add a personal element from their activity, view your profile, reach out to you, liked your post, and with a simple question. The simple question is the qualifier. We're about to finish. We're going to finish with the 3 messages to a meeting. If you send too many messages, you're going to lose them because they're busy and they have other stuff to do, and you're going to lose their attention span, million other reasons. So try to make it simple. If they want to ask a question, don't move to the email, book in a Zoom call. So we talked about reason why you reached out, because you viewed my profile, then establish they need your unique selling proposition. We talked about the 2 messages, and then offer to meet as a solution. And the way you offer to meet is a template here. You get a free template. I really recommend you to screenshot or just take notes for this template you can use to book meetings, because it works. If you ask too many questions, like when are you free, dear prospect, you're gonna lose them. So if you ask them, are you free tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. or Wednesday at 11 a.m. your time, that gives them 2 options. It's very powerful. From my experience, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, and if they're not available at one of those times, they will say, oh, I can't meet tomorrow on Wednesday, but I can on Thursday. And an email address, because you never schedule a meeting without booking it on their calendar, because it's never going to happen. Also works to drive traffic. You're all here because of the messaging. I did 0 paid campaigns. In conclusion, we are talking about 3 steps for LinkedIn success. Step number 1, use your LinkedIn profile to promote your business and optimize it. Okay, optimize it according to the checklist that I'm going to give you. Step number 2, connect with your target audience. Use automation or manually. Either way, I would suggest remove irrelevant people. Step number 3, be active, share content, and reach out when it's relevant. The hybrid method, not cold outreach, not inbound, but it is going to get you to 70% if you're going to pay attention to your notifications. I want you to ask yourself, 3 types of people after this presentation usually occur. So some people will say, that's okay. You want to do that? It's okay. There is no recording, goodie. So tell me, who are you? Are you number 1? 3 types of people. I will do it myself. I have 3 years. It took me 4. It could take you a lot of time. Or you need to think about it. Maybe I told you it's okay. You need to remove people. It's not for you. That means that you don't have any pipeline infrastructure. It's a very drastic result. I do hope, though, you are a believer. You believe in yourself and you are ready to take action. If you want to work with me, a lot of you asked me how we can work together. I hope this was valuable to you. You do want to know exactly what to do, and you are a B2B business. You do want to get drastic results, and you want to take drastic action. You can work with me if you're going to be focused on one specific product and service. A lot of people tell me they have 2 target audience, 2 businesses, but this is not working. if we're working from one profile. You can add more profiles and then use each one for each of your products. But if you have one profile, it's one product. Otherwise, it's not going to work as well. If you want to use not paid campaign, it's completely organic, immediate results. To work with me, also you need to subscribe to Premium or Sales Navigator plans to book meetings free, because you need to know the notification. In terms of time, how much time do I need to spend on my LinkedIn every day? You need to spend time on optimizing your profile, and after that, about an hour a day on LinkedIn to book calls. However, if you do want to remove the responsibility, you can remove about 80% of the responsibility with virtual assistant like I'm using. So you're going to learn how to use that. In the LinkedIn Mastery Program, you're going to become an industry leader with an expert's profile. You're going to learn effective content techniques to attract leads without any likes or comments. And you're going to grow your network to hundreds of decision makers each month and book meetings every week. You're going to attend 6 live sessions, which is 12 hours, 2 meetings every week. It's a very short program. I could have done it in 3 months, but I condensed it to 3 weeks. It's very hectic. It's like a boot camp. It's going to be 6 to 8, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, or 6 to 8 Israel time. You're going to get lots of support in a LinkedIn group, and you're going to work hard. It's up to you to succeed with homework between the classes, and we're going to do it through Zoom. There is a component that I guarantee results. I'll show you what you're going to get. If you join me today, you're going to get 3 bonus packages. First of all, video recordings of each session, so you can watch anytime, you can share with your friends. You're going to get a presentation, and it's going to be 12 hours of presentation. You're going to get free access to my online Convert Story Viewers into Clients course, which is worth $597, and a template to plan and measure your LinkedIn results. I don't know what other LinkedIn or any service provider or coach guarantees results, but I really believe that if I'm taking you on, I'm gonna make you get results no matter what. And I want to make you believe it too. So I have a money guaranteed plan. You have nothing to lose if you come to my program, only to gain. Okay, why? Because as we talked about SSI score, we saw how much it's important, and now you're going to get higher SSI score. Increase profile views from your target audience. Why it's important? Because we know it's converting. And increase content views from relevant companies. Companies that are relevant see your post. That means that they're converting. If you do want to meet with me, book the call right now at the link, answer all the questions. Not all of you can work with me because it's not relevant for all of you. So if there's a fit, we will meet. If there isn't, you will be notified.